Yo, welcome everyone, Sanjay Chia here. I know it's been a while, but still alive, still kicking. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Of course, today we'll be tackling Attack on Titan. Not just this latest episode, but since I didn't put up my video for last week's episode, I'll be clipping in and cutting in, my reaction and sections from my recording that I did last week, but I just didn't get around to actually putting together. So I guess you get two episode reactions slash reviews for this price of one, give or take, this week. But I hope everyone's doing great. Respect and shout out to the persons that subscribed recently and the returning subscribers that, of course, because you don't know, 1700. Congrats to I guess, but yo, respect to everyone that actually has been tuning in, still watching the videos, all that jazz and blues. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's get into, well, last week's episode before getting into this one. Of course, the timestamps should be there. I think I'll try putting those in so you can skip to whichever one you want to see. Let's get into it. If only it were that easy, John. What's cool about this is that it really shows that John as a character has really evolved since like season 1. Chano. Again, this episode I think continues to allow the viewers to again enter discussions in terms of what's the right thing to do. And again, this is why Attack on Titan, even though you might not get like necessarily a lot of action in like an episode or something, like just having the dialogue, the series is built up to make it interesting and entertaining. So Night of the End, this is going to be a very interesting episode to say the least. Ready to see some armored Titan get kick up. Can you kill Eren? Cause I mean, talking him out of it at this point seems kinda out of the question. Come on, Annie. You need to stir up. Guys, let's just calm down. Levi is trying to sleep. Think this done yet, John? Yelena not done yet. No, fam, that's not what she was trying to do. Alright, as a special case now, you could do a whole character analysis on him. Yo! I really love the OST they're using in this section here. John's like, dog, can't worry all this foolishness, yeah, man. I'm just like, 1 seconds. Typical Angie. And what's nice about this too? Yeah, you see, I told you guys would wake up Levi. But I like this section though, because even with Magat, it shows that there is some nuance to even his character. It's not this, one straight path in terms of his thinking and mentality, and it's going to show even later after this. Right, I just want to give up, dog. And interestingly enough, they didn't even like put the opening in this one. I guess since they realized we're getting down to the final episode, they don't want to maximize screen time. Alright, so that was episode what, 84 of Attack on Titan? Episode 9? So yeah, we have like 3 episodes left. I wouldn't say there's a lot to break down with this episode. I mean, it actually speaks for itself. Kind of flesh out the, I guess, a long history these makeshift group of Avengers have had up until this point, and it's very interesting when you really break it down and really analyze everything that these characters have actually gone through, from trying to kill each other to, you know, trying to work together to stop Eren from, you know, killing the rest of the world. So it's all fun and interesting, to say the least. Again, I think some of the highlights coming out of this episode that I liked at this part in the story overall, not just from the episode, as a manga reader, you know, I like that we continue to see John actually struggle with, you know, if he wanted to really and truly go ahead and stop this at the end of the day. That's been the case with how John's been portrayed on screen for the last few episodes, ever since the announcement on Discord in the past. So yeah, so I like that. And of course, him having that, you know, imagining what his life would be if he just, you know, just stick around, envisioning the life that he would have wanted from season 1, and seeing him actually just struggle with that and trying to say, oh, yo, I should probably do the right thing. At the end of the day, it just shows that John has evolved as a character, and I definitely like that. And again, this is another episode which, even though it isn't heavy on any or much action at all, it still brings up the discussion on the current events in the Attack on Titan world. And I think at the end of the day, once an episode can continue to spark discussion with the 1,000,001 persons that are reacting to the anime or are anime only, then I think this episode has done its job for the most part, which is good, because persons are going to be asking. I mean, John was asking the right questions, because again, yeah, if we stop Eren, then what? He has 4 years left to live. What happens after that? Do we end up having to sacrifice Historia? And you know, it's not a black and white situation. There's a lot of nuance to it, and I think this episode helped to kind of re-highlight some of the things, a lot of the factors that are on the table. As I don't remember if a lot of persons even remember that Eren would only have 4 years left to live, if anything. So yeah, a lot of these things kind of factor into the discussion that the persons in universe and us, the audience, need to have at this point in the story, when you're, you know, debating or having a discussion that try to, you know, kill each other, or, you know, attack each other in terms of, oh, the ending is shit and this part of the story, and, you know, yada yada yada. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode. I thought it was good, did its job in its entirely. Yeah. Again, I see that they didn't use the opening, so I'm thinking this is going to be the case for episode 10, 11, for the remaining episodes, because maximizing that screen time, I guess, even though it's just 1 minute and 30 seconds, I guess squeezing out everything you can get is going to be crucial now. But again, it still depends on whatever announcement we'll get by the end of March in the Attack on Titan panel. So yeah, but anyway, let me know what you guys thought. Sanjay Chi, I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next video. The Great Flock, the one literally moved from side character to just like literally main antagonist. Yo! Alright, so the man them literally dropped the opening at the right time. Come here, say, yo, they gonna drop it here, so. Alright, Alright, episode 85, Traitor. The good thing about this episode is that persons who have felt like the last three episodes have been slow will actually get some action in this episode. Annie-chan. I just find that funny. I must say it's nice seeing Annie in this in Mappa's style. Ooh, I like how they're even animating her face and thing. Very fluid, you know. And here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes. Bro. The fact that my guts actually is bowing his head. This is like some serious progression. Genuine introspection. God, show is awesome, dog, honestly. Alright, episode going, come on, we need some action. Plaka say, yo, no man, something alright. Something definitely doing right. Again, I am kind of glad that for weeks and weeks on end, a lot of the characters on screen are actually talking about the same things that we're talking about. Like, you know, the lady from, you know, the Azumabito clan was saying, yo, you're still gonna have issues here on the island, essentially, you know. Dog. Look at this man's face, dog. Dog, Mappa didn't even stop this, dog. This is too funny. You sure this man isn't already a Titan or something? Dog, man, them not natural at all. Man, them not natural at all, brother. Too nervous with it. Ah, boy. Well, I can't blame them because, as they said, these are people that like, the man them grew up with essentially. If things go south, they have to kill them, so I guess it's only natural that they're nervous. Yo, flock, Jano, dog. Yo. Alright, so the madness started now. I like the OST, but them need to rank up the action now. Ooh. Here we go. Yo, these scenes with Annie and Ryan are just going through and doesn't look too bad at all. Let's see. Yo, Mappa's female Titan looking clean. Well, no, we've seen it already. What am I talking about? Ooh. Yo. dead your farts. Yo, man, I like the armored and female titans looking clean, and even the CGI in this episode is still, it's pretty decent. Dog. Dog. Shit. Boo. Dog, Connie just straight up. Bruh. Let me see if there's any end credits. Alright, so I thought that episode was like really good. Probably one of the best episodes as of late, like compared to like the last two. And not to say that the last few episodes have been bad, but in terms of just persons I imagine desiring action and things to pick up in terms of the pace, this episode compared to those, I think had a good balance of, you know, action, nuance, highlighting the gray area of the conflict, highlighting that it's not really as black and white. And again, these are things that continue to be highlighted week after week for the most part. But yo, I think this episode just really packs that emotional punch. Yo, nah, like that last part with Connie, man, like between the OST and just the dialogue, and then just Connie and Armin hesitating, and even Daz and Samuel hesitating there, and just them kind of ranking up the action. Well, I guess ranking up the suspense before things kind of went south. Now, I will say that yes, even though like these characters like Daz and Samuel, it's not like they're characters that we're super close to or anything that could have really maximized the whole bitter sour taste in your mouth of Armin and, you know, Connie, and basically the alliance betraying the Yeagerists in this case. It's not like that's maximized or anything, but is, I think, even with the absence of that, like just how the characters came across between that and the OST, and the hesitation and how their body language is portrayed, and the anxiety and the nervousness, everything that was on display before the characters had to make that rough choice, I think it helped to really sell the internal conflict a lot of these characters are going through, and how everybody has a different take on how the situation with the entire rumbling should be handled. And I think it's really sold really well with this episode, honestly, because I mean, we're all friends here, and you and one subsection of friends are feel like genocide is wrong, but the next set is on the very extreme side and feels like the rest of the world should be eliminated, and you're trying to stop Eren, but it's putting you at in such a big conflict with your other set of friends, and to be forced to kill them. Yeah, I mean, Armin's plan was pretty good, but it's just that Flock has just evolved as a as a central character, and, you know, being an antagonistic force to the alliance, it just was never going to actually go down as, you know, smoothly as Armin wanted it, to be honest. It just wasn't going to go that way. And it's as I say in the episode, you can't separate humanity from violence, and it's something that's highlighted in this episode as well, with Miss Kiyomi, who was saying that, yo, in a nutshell, you're still going to have conflict on this island no matter how you slice and dice it. So again, it's just re-emphasizing the fact that this whole conflict, this whole 2,000-year conflict, it's not a black and white issue. There is tons of gray, and nobody's really right or wrong. Honestly, everybody has blood on their hands, and there's so many different ways you can go about it. But as a manga reader, again, I will say to anime only is that, again, wait until the end of the story to get the full context, and you know, have that full in-depth discussion once you have all the details. So yeah, no spoilers though, but very enjoyable episode, especially with the animation. I really love that part where Magat was actually like torturing Yelena. That was good. Just like how the animation on the face, that was good. Magat definitely an MVP of this episode in terms of character progression, and just really highlighting that there can be a future, but it's going to take time. But we can have a future if Eren wipes out everybody. So I definitely respected Magat in this episode. Definitely good. Of course, the animation, the 3D maneuver gear between, you know, Raina and Annie, definitely looking good. The female Titan looking really good in action once again. No complaints really and truly. And at the end of the day, in terms of the persons who desired to have the pacing and action kind of rank up just a bit more compared to the last few episodes, I think they should be somewhat satisfied with this episode. Apart from that, we're going into the final 2 episodes, and again, we haven't had any updates on what's going to happen for, is there going to be a final season part 3, or is there going to be a movie. Now, of course, again, just a reminder that there should be a Attack on Titan panel by the end of March. So, more than likely, as I say every week, give or take, we should get the major update at that point. So, let's cross our fingers and hope and pray and see what happens. Of course, let me know your expectations and your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below, or between this episode and last week's episode, give or take. Naturally, let me know if you'd prefer a movie or final season part 3, or still it's final season part 2, but maybe it's a little break and we get the remainder of the episodes probably in, I don't know, 3 months time or something like that. I don't know. Something. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. I would imagine this video is extra long since it's, you know, my review / reaction for both episodes this week and last week. But thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, definitely leave a like. Respect for coming out. Again, shout out to the returning subscribers and the new subscribers that have gotten us to 1,700 persons in total on this channel. So it is what it is. Respect for coming out, and I'll see you in the next AOT.